Here is our gem back again with new valves which I've bought. So we'll try that because as I recall all the resistors and everything like that were in spec. So all the capacitors have been changed. So I'll bring it up on the dim bulb and we'll see. It's plugged in. Everything fell down the other night because I was getting my oscilloscope ready for Saturday. It feels like the switch is gone or something. Okay, let's take the back off it and we'll see what's going on. So I'll turn it off. Right, I sorted it out and there was absolutely nothing wrong with it, but it is so quiet. There's absolutely no hum on this, so I thought it wasn't running. But I've taken the back off and all the valves are glowing, so I connected the aerial up again and lo and behold, yeah. So what I've done is I've got the valves in, which I've bought, all brand new ones, or new old stock, or tested more than 90%. And yes, let's see where this distortion is coming from. I tested all the resistors and everything like that. They're all well within spec, and also the capacitors are all good and everything like that. So yeah, the only thing I can think of is that the speaker is a bit dodgy, or the valves are dodgy. It does have a 6M5 in it, and that will be the first thing I replace, which I'll do right now. So this is the brand new 6M5, and as you can see it's really nice. So hopefully there won't be anything wrong with this one. You can see what happens with the old ones. They go black at the top and they start to stain down here, but this one is actually good still. So I'm going to try this one and we'll see what happens. Those look okay. It's got these silly phenolic sockets, so they're always a pain.
Don't move your dial, just keep it set at 930, cause you're gonna get the latest in news,
the greatest in sports,
time checks, and weather reports. So stay right here and lend an ear to the greater 3UZ, 3UZ.
The voltage is still quite low. Yeah, that one is glowing. Sometimes you get brand new ones and they're duds. So we'll try that. Interesting. Wouldn't have thought that would change the tuning very much. Well, I think that's actually fixed the warbling and the distortion, but it's still not very well. Obviously the 6M5 isn't going to affect the reception, but it's still not very sensitive. So I'm going to change the 6AU the 6AU. No, it's a 6A and 7. Not a 6AU. Yeah. So we'll change that one out if I can get to it without taking the front off, because it's in a oh no, it's not, that's fairly accessible. So it's right down in there. If you can see that, I'll bring the radio across. Yes, it's right down in there. So this is a bit of a pain to get out. So we'll be back in a second.
This is the station that brings you the nation's top interviews every day. From every walk of life to you.
Industry,
Politics,
theater,
and the world of sport too. And on Sunday nights, don't miss the voice of the Voyager on 3KZ. You're way ahead. Listen to 3KZ.
Hey, young man, where are you going? What are your aims? What career appeals to you? Mechanics, clerical, communications? If you're active and alert, why not aim for Australia's new army?
There are over 350 varied types of jobs in our new army. Interesting jobs with excellent prospects. And right from the start, recruits get full adult pay, even if they're only 17.
For variety, for advancement, join the new army.
Don't let difficult reception stop you enjoying TV. Choose the Astor Fringemaster 23, guaranteed to outperform everywhere. It's an Astor. That's the difference.
So this is, looks like another new old stock one. Bit beaten around, but looks okay, or maybe not. It's just been put in this box. Well, that looks pretty new. The pins are all clean, untarnished. So we'll put this one in and we'll see if it works. Listen to another ad.
It's BP's Mystery Man. Where does he come from? Where does he go? Find out by calling into a BP service station and collecting your BP Mystery Man game. It's fun for the children. BP Mystery Man game at BP service stations now.
Right, let's try that. That sounds a bit better already. Or maybe not. Let's try the EBF 35. Now this one isn't, this is a used one.
Hi there. Campers and hikers use only a picnic fireplace. And when you fill your billy, fill another too. One for your tea and one to douse your fire when you've finished with it. Don't let bushfires begin.
So we'll do this now. I'll change the camera over for you so you can see from the top. Now it's this one down here. And this has got a dodgy cap on it. Don't know whether you can see that from up there. This is sort of, yeah. So I'll bend this back very gently. And we'll take this out. Now I can't get a screwdriver under these to prise them out, so I'm going to have to really do this gently. There we go. Now this one is quite easy just to line up the index mark with, and pop this in. There's no room down on the actual socket to grab it. So I'm unfortunately having to use the glass, which is not a good thing. Now I'll put this back on again. Yes, meter. Right. So here we go again. See if this strengthens the signal up any. No. If anything, it's worse. So I'm just going to tweak a couple of things and see if they make any difference. So I'll just do this. No difference. So these valves somewhere safe because they're okay. Now I don't have any alignment instructions for this, so I'm guessing as to where you do the alignment. If I had my little transmitter working, I could do the alignment. Okay, I'll take it out the case and I'll be back in a snap.
Butternut, butternut, butternut snaps. You'll just love Guest's butternut snaps. The buttery flavor's wonderful in Guest's butternut snaps.
The full, rich flavor of real butter, beautifully blended into crisp, nutty, perfectly baked biscuits. Guest's Butternut Snaps, the true butter biscuit.
The best biscuit is a Guest biscuit.
Right, so I've plugged it straight into the full power, not going through the dim bulb anymore, and so it should get 230 volts. We've been very fortunate here because half the state has lost electricity due to the terrible weather we had yesterday. Now, what is this? There's a red wire here, and I don't know what that is supposed to be attached to. Actually, we don't have much volume, even 91 dB. Something is probably not connected correctly from the antenna. Oh, this one is the one that connects to the back, and that goes directly into the aerial, this coil here, the aerial. So I'm going to see if we can get any more volume out of this. Well, that's sounding a bit better. Aha! So that peaked. And this one isn't doing anything. Okay, that is not doing anything at all. Yeah, this one is not doing anything at all. Making a few crackles, but... So we'll go down underneath and we'll see if we can get any more out of it. It's going down. It's getting a bit louder. This is just about out, this core. Wow. Right. Now we'll try this one. And that one was already peaked, wasn't it? And we'll try the other one. That is way, way out. Where is it? Oh, this one's been broken off again. No, it hasn't, sorry. And this one's making no difference at all. Again. Well, that's very strange. Okay. So I'm going to go to um, 1500. Sorry, I was thinking of something else then, and my jaw is really killing me. I don't know how much longer I can take this. So we'll bring that down to 90. And we'll bring this over here. There's no scale on this one, so right, now we'll try 600 again. I've just turned these backwards and forwards and noting where they're set. So I think I did do an alignment on this. So we'll bring this over to, is that 600? We've got some more volume out of that. It must be 600. Why is 1500 on there also? That's minimum volume there. Okay. So let's go back down to, well, up to 1500, and we'll bring that down to 90 dB again. Turn our volume up. Now that core is so far out. Right. Well, that has aligned 10 times better than the previous time with the old valves. So I'm going to, let's turn this off, connect it all, or disconnect all these meters and the signal generator, and I'll be back after this break.
World renowned in sight and sound, echo, echo, echo.
Australia's first transformerless TV, Echo.
The earth has come unsoldered on the power cord. Right, so we've got it here. Now let's try an aerial. That's a good sign. The hum is the lights and things like that. We're not picking anything up again. There's a racing station. Well, that's very, very strange. I'm going to guess that the loose red wire, it actually is the aerial, and maybe the green one connects to the back of the case or something like that. So I'll turn that down, connect it up to this one. Wow, that's much better, isn't it? That's full volume.
Tamaheen has bailed away, needs a run. Into you to the outside. They were followed next in the field by along the inside. Sorbet trying to pick up from Lomani.
And the speaker is absolutely had it. There's another big split across right there.
Into you in front, and Into You is too good. Into You by a length, Tamaheen. Photo third eye of Epaulet, I'd say, from Chica Consuerte. Then came Lomani.
Now, I'm just wondering whether this had one of the wire coil antennas in the back of it. And whether that's long gone. Because this is... I don't know whether... I can't see that, can you? Take the plug, new plug for it. Yeah, so this here, that would have connected to something at some stage, and it sort of goes, yeah. So I would think, yeah, it would have had one of those coil loop things on it. So I'm going to get one of those from the garage, or the shed, or whatever you like to call it. Yeah, well, it's a garage. And off another radio, and we'll try connecting that up. This one I bought with the intention of posting it to, or sending it to Manuel in Madeira Islands, which is part of Portugal. And yeah, so it cost me $2. Cost virtually nothing, loose change. And then I worked out the postage to send it there, and it was going to cost $180. So what's that? 90 times the value of the radio just to post it? No, thank you. Okay, so I can see this has got 2 loops. It's a bit hard with this radio here. So it's got 2 loops. There's the internal connections there. Oh, I don't know. Are they the... Yeah, they go off to here. I don't know where they go. And then there's the other 2 parts of the loop there. It's got connection. Oh yeah, it's got an earth and an aerial connection there. So that's interesting. How am I going to do this? So I'm going to have to look on the schematic and try and work out how this works. Well, this is bizarre because this red wire goes through a 50 picofarad. My jaw is really hurting from the dentist. Yes, it goes through a 50 picofarad capacitor to 240 volts. So this is a bit dangerous, but the aerial isn't connected to anything. So what I'm going to do is just put this directly to there. There's no point in using a coil or anything like that because I can't match it. I have no idea how many turns were on this or anything like that. So let's just turn on and see what happens, because it may need both. Seems to need both to operate, because so it goes from the 240 volts through the 50 picofarad capacitor into that aerial coil and then directly into the aerial. Now that doesn't seem to have made any difference whatsoever. And this should be blasting in. I've just finished a HMV 6452 and I'll show you that at the end of this video. That had been through a big fire and was looking very tired, but that I've just fixed that, and there was just one connection on it to fix, and that came back to life, and that just blasts the stations in. And that 6452 was only maybe a couple of years after this. I know the lights and the cameras are on and all that sort of thing, but there's a couple of computers in here and things, but it should be 10 times better than this. You know, everything is obviously getting through from the aerial, but I'm just worried that a couple of those cans are not able to be adjusted. So what I'll do is I'll bring my meter over and we'll put this on continuity and we'll just check it. And sorry, that camera is still upside down. So I'm pretty sure these are this continuity. Yep. Yep. And of course the other one is inaccessible. We'll just have to assume that that one is okay. I still think it's something to do with the loop antenna. And maybe we've adjusted it so far out to compensate for that. Because it's just a line. And it doesn't say how many turns are in it or anything like that. Just a squiggly line. There is a 25,000 ohm one that goes to ground. So that would be over here. Where's this one? So it's going to ground, yep. So I haven't actually checked. This 45 ohms. I mean, it's in circuit, so that is probably not the right value. Can't imagine what's wrong with this. Yes, and all the resistors breed well within spec. I don't know that I can check those markers. I guess goes down to nanofarads. Let's try. This one. Yep. That's not open. This one and is that connected to that? That's not open. Can't get to that one easily. Can I get to this one? Yep. That's not open. So 3 out of the 4 mica caps are not open. Our coils are not open. The rest of the capacitors, electrolytics and paper caps have been replaced. The resistors are all good. Very strange. The only other thing is the coil on this antenna. So I'm going to get a loop of wire maybe. I mean, I as I said, I don't know what the length of the coil is. So this will do. So let's try this. This I got really cheap on AliExpress. It's probably, well, it could be a genuine one, but it says not for sale outside of China. So, and all the instructions, everything like that are in Chinese. So I'll disconnect the external antenna. Just wonder if there's any voltage going through there. there shouldn't be. So actually that'll be will it be DC, or soon find out, won't we? No, there's no voltage going through there. No DC. And no AC either. Or not enough to worry us. Yeah, okay. So what I'll do is I'm going to button it up. So it's all back together again. I'll show you the back because the wires are just hanging out here. So I've got to work out, actually they'll probably come out, no, probably through there or something, I think is the idea. The red wire goes to this coil, and what I'm going to do is take it down to Melbourne on the weekend and see if it'll pick any more stations up down there. Also ask a couple of people in the club, because we have a meeting this Saturday, whether they know anything about these loop internal antennas. I've not worked on any radios with the wire loop in the back, or I have, but they've already been there, like the other one I showed you before. Yes, so we'll see if we can get any answers there. This there was 1,000,001 comments, or not 1,000,001, but quite a few comments on this radio, and it's got quite a few views. Now, what I meant by having an American, I didn't mean an American circuit. I meant an American cabinet, and Breville forcing an Australian design into an American cabinet. Now, quite a few of our radios here had American design cabinets. The Philips had European design cabinets. These, yeah, this looks very American, and I'm pretty sure it is American. The cabinet, at least. I can't remember who Breville were teamed up with. So anyway, I'll show you the HMV. Now this is the back of it, and you can probably see it is quite black. So this up here in particular, that is all smoke damage. The transformer, if I can go back to the other camera, there we go. You can see the transformer is exposed, but that's an easy fix. Round the back, goes the plug. You can see down here it's all black. We've got really blackened speaker there. And I have cleaned this up quite a bit. You can see all down here, there's all soot on here. There is black there. So this has either been in a house fire or a bushfire or something like that. We had a couple of those yesterday, and yeah, the smoke was quite thick up here, and the fire was quite close. Place called Napoleon, and I don't know, a very strange name, but it's a little hamlet. It's got it's got a petrol station, general store, post office, all in one building. and maybe half a dozen houses and a sports field. So yeah, but it's a farming town, so I'll drive through there with the camera one day soon, and then I'll go on to the Project Nigella website or YouTube channel. Yeah, so I'm already getting black soot off of this, so this is really, yeah, it actually smells like it's been through a fire as well. The inside of the case was really, really black. That is cleaned up quite well. I've actually matched some paint for it, and I've got to paint the plastic case. You can see in there that's all sort of, the underside is quite interesting. I'll just, oops, sorry about that. Yeah, so it's been, someone's tried to recap it. Down here there's a loose mica cap, and I've replaced that mica cap with this one, so I'm going to take that off. Yeah, all the caps in here, this resistor is absolutely black, as you can see. And down here too, this mica cap has got really thick smoke damage on it. That has got smoke damage on it. That is really black up there as well. I don't know whether you can see that. Oh, no. Let's go back out a little tiny bit. So this one down in here is really black, as is everything else under there. That hasn't been replaced recently. So someone has recently had a go at this, as in this came from a deceased estate, and it was in a box that was buried right at the back of a garage. So this has probably occurred many, many, many years ago. And he's actually had a go at trying to fix it. But this down here was not connected. And it took me a little while to work that out. So that down there was loose. And I finally worked that out when I got the new valves for it last week and replaced the valves, and I thought the socket had died, but yeah, so that these trimmers are all blackened and all that sort of thing. But when I reconnected that there, it came to life, and it is a beautiful radio. It sounds fantastic. So I've just got to clean it up and replace the power cord, obviously, get a few more globes for it, or get some more globes and put another globe in here. This one's out of another radio, and paint the case up, and it'll be pretty good radio. And I'm going to sell this one because I've already got a pink coral one, and yeah, actually the dial on this is pretty good too. I hope I can clean all this soot off down the back of this without ripping all the numbers off, which is always a danger. Okay, that's it for this week. My jaw and back teeth are really killing me. I'm going to go down to the supermarket and get something soft for dinner, because I haven't had any lunch or anything like that, and I haven't had any breakfast either. They put me on antibiotics for a couple of days because of the what was done to my gums and doing the risk of infection and things like that. So, yes, the trials are getting old. Okay, I'll leave it here, and thanks for subscribing, liking, and all that sort of thing. Our numbers are almost up to 500. They're sort of going up maybe 1 or 2 a day, which is really encouraging. Once I get to 500, I can offer all sorts of things for members of the channel and things like that. So I can offer memberships and discounts and merchandise and all sorts of things through the channel. So once we get up to 500, I can sort of do that. But the one thing I do ask is that even if you don't watch the video through, when you've got a spare few minutes, just let it play. And because I need to get my hours up to 3,000, and currently I was at 2,000 about 6 months ago, and now it's sort of crept right down again. So it's around about 1,400, 1,500 hours over the last 12 months. So they do a 12-monthly average of the hours watched, and once it gets up to 3,000 and we get another 75 people or something like that to subscribe, I can offer all those benefits. So thank you again for watching. Please like, subscribe, and more importantly, watch a fair chunk of the video or let it play in the background when you're not doing something else, when you are doing something else, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.